Oh dear lord, the Sky are screwed. The Sky are screwed. You might say the sky is falling. But yeah, the Sky GM has come out. Apologies there. The Sky GM has come out and talked about the team's bad start, and there are some things that I'm like, oh dear God.
In order to ensure that everything made it to Sports Center, when your general manager, Jeff Pagel, publicly dropped the line, the Chicago Sky did more than just throw Angel Reese under the bus. They revved the engine, floored it, reversed it back over her, and then looked directly into the closest camera. As you are being named, we need more out of you. In particular, that isn't constructive criticism. Rather, it's a well-planned hit job that is comparable to slapping someone across the face with a press release in basketball. Angel Reese has become the focal point of frustration. It's more about making a statement than it is about being motivated.
It's going down in Chicago. The sky is falling. The sky is falling. We got the Chicago Sky general manager, Jeff P., throwing Angel Reese under the bus? Jeff P. said he's had enough of Miss
Angel Reese wasn't just a rookie. She was the ultimate Barbie, clad in charisma, bathed in hype, and carrying expectations so high you'd believe they were real. She walked into the WNBA with more confidence than Kanye at a fashion presentation and received as much media attention as Taylor Swift attending an NFL game. Fans were sold a dream, a walking headline, and a brand in motion, and they thought she was carrying championship trophies on the first day. However, after a few games, the Chicago Sky front office treats her like a Barbie from a sales store with scuffed heels and missing accessories.
Dreadful. Absolutely dreadful. Again. And I had just complimented Angel Reese for being efficient. I had just complimented Angel Reese for putting together a respectable performance. Of course, the Chicago Bravado, they still got their ass kicked, but that doesn't matter. All that matters to the lonely men who follow Angel Reese on social media is that she looks good. But like I told you guys the other day, an excellent performance from Angel Reese, it is rare.
In a live press conference, General Manager Jeff Pagloa, who, let's face it, isn't exactly known for his grace, spent the traditional coach's speech and went full scorched earth, eschewing vacuous platitudes and generalizations like the whole team needs to step up. No, Jeff took the microphone as if it were a courtroom drama, looked down at the reporters, and shot straight at them, saying, "We need more out of Angel Reese." He called her out by name in the limelight, leaving little space for interpretation, and departed the building with last season's merchandise.
It's a long season, there's a lot of game left, but this is unexpected and I've been very disappointed. General Manager Jeff Pagliocca told the Sun-Times as he sat in seats at Barclays Centre watching his team's morning shoot-around. We had pretty big, significant expectations for the season, which is why I made the moves I made. His assessment was that the Sky's 2-6 need to improve everywhere going into to address the lack of cohesion on defense and poor shooting. Going into Tuesday night's loss, they let a league worst 90.1 points per game. We're shooting just 39%.
And that was only the appetizer if you found it spicy. Insiders claim that what transpired behind closed doors gave the impression of a civil brunch. But in reality, things got completely nuclear, with voices raised, glass breaking, fingers pointing like guns, and chairs supposedly moved in ways that suggested they were on the verge of being tossed. It wasn't just a post-game meeting, it was a full-blown group exorcism masquerading as a team discussion. Imagine team therapy without the therapy and a healthy dose of unresolved tension. The locker room walls may still be trembling from the fallout.
This was it. Let me start it over here. So Angel Reese hair was pulled, and she immediately, oh my God, she pushed the player. Camila Cardoso stepped in. Come on, bro. This is bad. This is bad. Angel Reese did speak to reporters immediately after the game. Check out what she had to say. Roll the footage, man.
And I kind of been a passer all my career. I came out of high school as the number one wing and trying to get back to that, trying to get back to being super versatile. And Tyler made that emphasis early on in the season. I didn't understand it. And I really was kind of confused and trying to figure it out. And I'm still figuring it out.
The clock, to be fair, it's out now. Although she hasn't exactly been dominating the Nets this season in 2025, Angel Reese is still tearing up the boards like a bulldozer on a mission and grabbing an average of 12 rebounds per game. Credit where credit is due, but let's face it, rebounding by itself doesn't win games when you're making wide-open layups like it's a free throw contest for bricks. We could definitely raise enough money to purchase the whole Chicago skyfront office and still have change if we had $1 for each point-blank shot she has missed this season. For a hot dog, it wasn't exactly Steph Curry level efficiency, but nobody expected her to make threes from the logo. Instead, it's been a frustrating mix of hustle hype and missed opportunities. Her potential is still there, but eventually it needs to be translated into production, or else all that swagger just starts to look like smoke. Compare that to her rookie campaign, where she scored 6 points per night on a slightly more respectable 39% shooting.
But the point is, you're posting this, you've got a game at 11 a.m. Central Time, and you are a 6'3" forward shooting 36% from the field, and you're averaging over 3 points less a game than you were last year, and you can't even get a block shot at your height. You're also, by the way, down a rebound and a half a game. And this is what you're worried about, is social media chatter. And look, I think here's the thing. She must love this. Otherwise, she wouldn't keep crashing out and posting things like this. Guys, this is cringe.
Whoever came up with the rebounds thing, y'all ate that up, because rebounds, anything that comes up.
However, Jeff wasn't just calculating statistics or reading box scores. This was about accountability, the corporate buzzword that typically indicates someone is going to be politely roasted in public. He said, "She's had some great games," with all the enthusiasm of someone trying to compliment a salad at a steakhouse, and some games that haven't been her best. That's GM speak for us pacing holes in the carpet backstage while publicly pretending everything is fine. But then came the cherry on top, the PR gold nugget. We need her to help us in other ways too. Jeff, are those people really giving out foam fingers during halftime trivia? If Angel Reese is now expected to serve as the team's spiritual mascot, that's new. But let's face it, there are other ways to make a difference in basketball. Hustling on defense, diving for loose balls, and bringing fire to the huddle require energy, grit, and leadership, the unseen glue that keeps a struggling team together. When that jump shot isn't falling, those are the things that separate the good from the great.
Fire from the Chicago Sky general manager. The general manager names Angel Reese by name and says, "We need more out of you." Now I'm scrolling through Twitter, doing my thing. You guys know how I do. Got the air breezing through my hair in those Twitter streets. I do. And I take a look and I see something that catches my attention. The Chicago Sky make a request to Angel Reese amid losing streak. Interesting. What is this request?
Here is that. Despite the Chicago Sky's dismal 2-6 record, league worst 90 points per game, and a pitiful 39% field goal percentage, the front office decided it was time to fire Angel Reese as if she had personally deflated the basketballs. Forget that coach Tyler Marsh centered a whole offensive plan around Camila Cardardoso, who has, incidentally, been about as dependable as a $1 store umbrella. Courtney Vanderloot, one of the game's most seasoned playmakers, is also out for the season during a hurricane, but let's pretend that Angel Reese is the main issue. You have to wonder now if this is still about basketball or if it's more about branding and aesthetics. Angel was positioned as the savior, the Gen Z magnet, and the TikTok queen, with the goal of reviving fan interaction and bringing the LSU magic and NCAA glory to the professional ranks. However, when you're losing by 20 points and making layups, no one is purchasing merchandise or lip-syncing. While TikTok's branding is adorable, buckets matter, and at the moment, Angel's brand is being dragged harder than Kane Clark trying to draw a foul.
Says here, guys, that the general manager, Jeff Pagliocca, is it Pagliocca or Pagliosa? You guys know I'm bad with names. But pretty much, he's opened up the publications about his team's performance and shared his thoughts on how Angel Reese could contribute more to their team's goals and admits he's disappointed with the start to the WNBA season. What did you expect, Jeff? You sold your future for the present. You really had in your head that Angel Reese is a #1 talent. She's a superstar. And you guys continue to inflate her head, inflate her mindset, which feeds the mentality.
Speaking of Caitlyn, sure, we will definitely go there at the same time as Angel Reese is being tossed under a double-decker bus after being called out by her own general manager. With her casual 19 points per game, 9 assists, 6 rebounds, and a triple-double already recorded, Caitlin Clark is essentially being carried through the league on a golden throne like it's her coronation tour. She's making three-pointers, as if she has cheat codes activated and the ball is just following her, making her the Steph Curry of the Midwest. Meanwhile, Angel's jump shot appears to have been switched. An oily watermelon, although she's working hard to retrieve boards and prepare the camera for post-game hugs from teammates, the backstage scene is a different story. One insider even muttered, "There are girls in that locker room who think she's getting chances they'd never be allowed to fumble." According to insiders, several veterans are sick of missed layups and watching games that should have been won evaporate because someone couldn't convert under the rim. Not only is it dissatisfaction, but it's also resentment, and anger begets division. As a result, the division bids playoff hopes farewell and welcomes off-season turmoil.
This page was never intended to talk about bias in sports, let alone the world, right? But there's clear...
Get into a bag. We're trying to flex on this? This is not impressive. Bro, this can't be real, dog. Does she know what me-bounds mean? T-shirts, sweatshirts, and hats. You really think you're gonna make a lot of money with this merch? I saw a girl make a video. She was like, I can't wait to get my sweatshirt. I can't wait to get my hat and my me-bounds merch. Y'all remember when Russell Westbrook went to the Lakers? He was shooting poorly and they was calling him West Brick. But imagine if Westbrook would have took that West Brick and trademarked it and made t-shirts and sweatshirts. Me-bounds is an insult. It means all your rebounds are coming from your misses. You really want your fans to be rocking merch that actually insults your play? I mean, if you make a lot of money, you're gonna have thousands and thousands of people wearing merch that insults you.
Know what else just got benched alongside Angel Reese? That carefully curated influencer style lifestyle. The brand deals, the red carpet appearances, the cheap Barbie persona. Don't get it twisted, this wasn't some diva act. Sources close to the Chicago Sky say the team itself pushed her into that image. They wanted the spotlight, they needed the attention, but now, when Reese shows up a little gassed after smiling for cameras all night, suddenly she's the problem. The same execs who booked her into that fashion gala are now acting surprised like she walked onto the court in stilettos instead of sneakers. Please, and let's not forget who built this circus, Jeff Pagliocca. He didn't just stumble into the GM role, he crafted this team, this image, this roster. Signed off on the coach, approved every marketing stunt. And now that it's unraveling midseason, he's tossing blame at a 22-year-old rookie still learning. The league, Jeff, take a seat. Maybe even take accountability. Because if there were a Hall of Fame for ducking responsibility, you wouldn't even make the nominee list. This isn't about canceling Angel Reese. It's not a hit job. Angel's shown flashes of the brilliance that made her a national name, long before she stepped foot on a WNBA court. Her rebounding is relentless, her energy contagious. She works hard by her own words. I put my head down and grind every day. But patience in Chicago is wearing thin. This franchise bet the house on Angel being the cornerstone, the face of the rebuild. And so far, it's been turbulence instead of takeoff. The flashes are there, but they're dimmed by inconsistency and whispers that are growing into full-on conversations. Jeff's already scanning other rosters. Scouts are circling. They're not yelling trade just yet, but let's be real, smoke like this usually ends with a Woy bomb. And if the court drama wasn't enough, Angel's new merch line might be the final puzzle piece of the clown show. Me-bounds, really. That nickname literally mocks her own performance. It means she's padding her rebounding stats off her own missed shots. Imagine Russell Westbrook embracing West Brick on a hoodie. Turning an insult into a fashion statement doesn't flip the narrative, it cements it. Meanwhile, where's the heat for Camila Cardoso? She's underperforming too, but somehow Jeff's only calling out one player. Either he's got selective memory or he's picking favorites, and that favoritism. It's obvious. Now contrast all of that with Caitlin Clark. While Angels team flails and finger points, Clark is lifting the entire league. Her games are pulling in 66 million viewers on ESPN. Fans are literally crying after getting her autograph. She's not responding to hate, not blaming anyone, she's just showing up, dropping dimes, and shooting 50% from 3. She's about to become the first WNBA player to make $1 million a year because she moves the needle. While Angels headlines scream dysfunction, Caitlin's reality is sold-out arenas and real results, and let's talk about that recent game. The Indiana Fever beat Angels Chicago Sky by 29 points without Caitlin Clark. Angel had a 12-rebound game. That's cute, but the stands weren't full for her. The viewers weren't tuning in for her. Everyone's watching for Clark. This isn't personal, it's business. And right now, Angel's brand is fading. That spotlight that once made her a star, it's exposing every flaw. The locker room's whispering. The fans are watching. Jeff's hand is hovering over the rebuild button. Angel wanted to prove she was more than hype. Well, now's the time, because in the WNBA, grace is short. You either deliver or get replaced. If you think Angel's running out of time, drop a timer emoji in the comments below. Like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because we've got more fire coming. Click the video on screen now, and we'll see you in the next one.